All right, today our viewer has asked, what do you think of air fryers?
Quite honestly, they lose some fans here, but I'm not a big fan of air fryers. Simply because you're frying. And, now, granted, it's not as bad as classic oil frying, where you're frying foods at hundreds of degrees and there's a constant contact with this very toxic hot oil mixture filled with free radicals, etc. The worst thing to do with food, the most destructive thing to do with food, is put it into hot oil and fry it. That said, in an air fryer, the temperature of the food still reaches hundreds of degrees, darn near as hot as frying in hot oil. And that can't be gentle with the vital nutrients in the food. That's the reason you're eating it. It can't be gentle with the proteins. They're going to get oxidized. Can't be gentle with the vitamins, with the phytonutrients, with the antioxidants. These are very complex organic molecules that you want to consume in their intact native state. So when they get in your body, they will act as antioxidants and absorb free radicals, and the phytonutrients will promote tissue repair. Well, if you've submitted them to hundreds of degrees of hot air, you're going to fry literally those delicate molecules, and you're going to eat the food, but they're going to be at a minimum biologically inert as far as those good properties that you're eating it for, the antioxidants, etc. And they might actually be harmful. You're probably generating these free radicals and these oxidized protein fragments that when they get into your body, into your bloodstream, can't do good things for your artery walls. So all the way around, too much heat, even though it's air frying, it's just too hot, and it's got to be damaging to the food. The safest way to get heat into food is to use some cooking medium that involves water. When water's involved, the temperature obviously never gets higher than hot water. And so the three best ways to get heat into food are: one, put your tough kale into a vegetable steamer, and for 6 minutes, 8 minutes, 10 minutes, let that hot steam come up through the grill there, through the grate. And the hot steam will deliver heat in a much more gentle way. So steaming veggies is much gentler than air frying. The second is just adding hot water to food to soften starches. What does that mean? Well, that's how you make oatmeal. That's how you make rice. You're basically just adding hot water and softening the starch. That's relatively gentle. You don't degrade the proteins. You don't degrade the antioxidants by just adding hot water. So that's the second way to get heat into food. And the third is just to cook with water. Basically, that's how you make a soup or stew. And yes, you're going to lose a little bit of the water-soluble vitamins, the vitamin C, etc. But that's why you're eating all these fresh salads and fresh fruits that aren't cooked. But those three methods that use water are going to be the gentlest way to get heat into food. It certainly keeps the temperature below hot boiling water, and usually much less than that. And the water can take away heat from the food to keep it from getting overly oxidized, etc. So big long answer to a simple question. What do I think of air fryers? Not much. I think they're damaging to food. That you want to get heat into food, steam it, add hot water, or cook with hot water, and the food will have a lot more nutrient value and a lot less harmful molecules. Hi, everyone. Dr. Michael Klaper here, announcing our new format for our Q&A with Dr. K. Annie Hagen will be asking me one question that's been sent in by our viewers. So if you want to see if your question is getting answered, do join us for our Q&A with Dr. K right here. Hope to see you then.